Have you been diagnosed with an autoimmune disease only to be told by the doctors that this is a lifelong condition, that there's nothing you can do about it other than take these medications, and oftentimes the side effects of the medications are even scarier than the symptoms that you're experiencing? And heaven forbid you actually ask why in the world your immune system suddenly decided to wage war on your body, because you'll be told there is no way of knowing. In the next 15 minutes, I'm going to explain to you why these myths simply aren't true and how you can actually begin to heal your body from autoimmunity with our new systematic holistic approach to healing. My name is Dr. Leslie Allen, and in the last 6 years of owning the Center for Holistic Healing, I've helped hundreds of people overcome many symptoms from autoimmunity and chronic disease such as gut issues, hormone imbalance, chronic pain, anxiety, depression, maybe chronic fatigue, and many more without the need of immunosuppressants, long-term steroid use, or other pharmaceuticals that oftentimes end up causing more damage to our gut health. And we know that 70% of our immune system comes from the gut. So you're probably familiar with this. You want to eat healthier, and you go onto the internet and you start to dive into the research, which meal plan is going to be best for you given your condition, and all of a sudden your head is spinning with all the controversial information that's out there. Is it paleo? Is it vegan? Is it autoimmune protocol? Is it keto? And the list goes on. Or maybe you want to exercise, but yet you're experiencing so much chronic pain or chronic fatigue that just to get out of bed in the morning feels like a huge win to you, let alone going to exercise. Or maybe you just want to be a little bit happier, but yet the amount of anxiety and depression that you have, and that's getting worse or fueled by the worsening of the symptoms of your autoimmune disease. Or you've heard that you need to be less stressed because stress can trigger autoimmunity and continue to fuel your immune system, but yet you continue to have increased work demands placed on you at work. Or maybe with the worsening of your symptoms, you're concerned that are you even going to be able to maintain your job? And then how is that going to impact your family or your work life? And what are the doctors saying? Most will say that this is a lifelong condition, that there is no cure, that you're going to need to be on these medications for the rest of your life. And if you don't take the medications, your immune system will continue to attack your body and you will continue to get worse. And then most, again, will say you need a primary care doctor to orchestrate your care, and then you need to go see a rheumatologist for your achy joints, and an endocrinologist for your hormone disruption, and a GI doc for your gut issues, and the list goes on. So now you're spending all your time in doctor's appointments, and you're spending a ton of money on co-pays and other medical expenses and still not getting better. And my favorite is when the GI doc tells my clients, it doesn't matter what you eat. Your food that you eat won't have an impact on your overall symptoms. Just take the medication, and if the medication doesn't work, then we'll have to remove part of your colon. That's always a good one. So if this is the path that you've been on, I have to ask, how is it working for you? I'm assuming probably not that great since you're watching this video right now. So you're probably realizing that your symptoms are getting worse, even with the path, even on the medicine. Or maybe you are in what is called that subclinical range, where all your labs, all your tests, they came back negative. And so the doctor can't give you that true diagnosis. And so maybe they gave you a medication to treat your symptom, or maybe they told you everything's fine. Maybe it's just in your head. So, you know, this is a very common path for so many with autoimmunity, and it can be very frustrating and very confusing. But the fact of the matter is that the most disappointing part is that you're not getting better, that your health is deteriorating, and you're spending way too much of your time researching natural alternative solutions to heal your body instead of really doing the things that you love to do, maybe traveling or playing with your kids or your grandkids, cooking or gardening, the things that really give you quality of life. And the fact is that your autoimmunity will continue to get worse if you stay on this path. You can check the statistics. The US, we were voted first place as the worst first world country for managing chronic disease. We are continuing to get sicker and sicker, and the reason is that you cannot simply manage chronic disease with pharmaceuticals. So, to be honest, it's not our doctor's fault. They have their hands tied as well by insurance protocols, increased work demands, so see more patients in less amount of time, increase the amount of documentation that you do for each client. Our medical model is designed for symptom management. It's not designed to identify the exact root cause and then to teach people how to heal at that level. It just wasn't designed that way. So it does become their fault, though, when they become defensive because you are your own advocate. There is no one in this world that will advocate for you and for your health as well as you will. So I highly recommend that everyone empower yourself with knowledge. Ask the important questions. And if they give you that pushback, are you the doctor or am I? Then challenge them on that. So, because mistakes happen and you want to make sure that you know what is going on with your health journey. Now, the other thing is when they will act as if just because they're not taught something in med school, that it doesn't exist. And I see this a lot in my practice and working with my clients. I do see this one quite a bit. So our labs are designed in Western medicine, in traditional medicine, you're either positive or negative. There is no in between. It's black or white. There's no gray. But unfortunately, that gray zone, that period of time when you have symptoms but you don't have a full-blown disease process, that's called a subclinical phase. And that's one of the most powerful phases to really get in there and start to heal some of these root issues. But unfortunately, because you're negative for those labs, they will allow the symptoms to continue to get worse until it's a full-blown disease process. So, the human genome, it was not mapped until the Human Genome Project in 2003 was when it was complete. That project was started in 1990. So that's not that long ago. So unless you've got a really young doctor, I don't even believe that they're teaching this in med school yet. And a whole new field of study has blossomed since they've mapped the genome, and it's called nutrigenomics. And with this new field of study, we now know that we can influence genetic expression with the nutrients, with food as medicine. And we can turn on genes, we can turn off genetic expression, we can upregulate, downregulate with the nutrients that we consume within our environment. And so the old saying, it's genetic, there's nothing you can do about it, it has completely been debunked. Thank goodness. So the truth is, you can prevent autoimmunity. You can, even if you've got the genetics for it, you can reverse or go into remission or heal, whatever you want to call it, your symptoms that are presented due to autoimmunity, by identifying, by knowing exactly what it is that's causing your immune system to be heightened. So you want to go upstream of that diagnosis. It doesn't matter what your diagnosis is. Go upstream to that. Figure out exactly what it is that's fueling that process and then heal from that level. And that's exactly what we do in our Overcome Autoimmunity, Regain Your Health program. So we take an extensive look. We dive into your medical history and really listen to you. From the time that you were born until present day, we're going to map that out and see exactly what triggers have come into play for your overall health condition. We're also going to do comprehensive testing to really look and see the whole picture. You won't have to go to 5 different doctors to find this out. We're going to look at your gut health. We're going to look at micronutrients, macronutrients, your mitochondrial health, your liver detox phase 1, phase 2, your hormones, seeing the whole picture so that way we can really identify exactly what it is, where the faulty switch is with your autoimmunity. Our program, it includes one-on-one coaching, but it also includes online learning. So it's really going to be this guided approach from, mindset to guided meditations, grocery lists, meal plans, recipes, in order to really help you gain success. Being able to identify exactly what those old habits are, maybe self-sabotaging beliefs that are at the subconscious level that have been limiting your progress before, and then working through those with strategic plans, even having a crafted meal plan that's exactly suited to your needs. So if you take someone your same exact age with the same exact diagnoses and you look at which meal plan is best for both of them, it's going to depend. It will depend given their genetics. So we're all very unique in how we metabolize energy, and you have to be able to see that in order to really know exactly what is going to work for you. So we're going to customize and craft a plan that's designed specifically to meet your needs. So maybe you've been on this path for a while, seeking out natural alternative solutions or answers, but they still haven't worked for you. And there are a few reasons for this. So what most people will do is that they will find a diet and they'll be very strict with that diet and they'll stay the course. And maybe they felt a little better initially when they got certain foods out, but yet they never really healed. Or So then they'll kind of get off that bandwagon and get on another. They read this famous blogger and they said that everybody with Hashimoto's or whatever autoimmune condition all need to take XYZ supplements. So they went out to the health food store and they bought those supplements and they started to take those and they felt better, but not all the way better. Or then they read about SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, and so they went down that path, or leaky gut, and so on and so forth. You get the picture. One of the reasons that didn't work, if that's been your story, that didn't work for you, is that you're still guessing. You're guessing about the root cause. You have to identify. Knowledge is power. That is the first and biggest roadblock to growth, is not understanding exactly what is driving your autoimmunity. Now, the second thing that is wrong, and I see this with a lot of other programs, and I've been down that path before with other functional medicine providers, is that they will treat in a very singular manner, meaning like eating, meal plan, exercise, stress management. But it's not this multifaceted approach. So I can get someone on the best meal plan and the best exercise regimen all at the same time, the best supplements. But if we're not managing stress, then we won't be able to get control of inflammation and gut health. We won't be able to heal the gut. So this is why our plan, it's an all-inclusive plan that really does help people to heal completely from the root cause. So I've had clients in less than 1 month time reduce their pain levels by half, pain that they've been living with for years, or others that have reduced their anxiety and depression in less than a month and are now happy and laughing and smiling and ready to go exercise with their renewed energy that they're experiencing. So if you would like to find out more about about how to regain your health, about our Overcome Autoimmunity Regain Your Health program, then I encourage you to book a call, book your breakthrough call. Now, not everyone, we have to make sure that we're a right match for one another. So not everyone is offered a spot into our program. We do limit that. However, what you will walk away with from this call are actionable steps that you can take. I will listen, I will hear you. To really dive into your current situation so that way we can develop actionable steps that you can begin in order to start your healing journey.